Hey everybody, welcome back to another business analysis video. In today's video, I'll be talking to you about how to do business analysis. What is the business analyst process model? And exactly how do we do the business analysis itself? So there are 6 steps to follow in order to do business analysis in order to perform business analysis work. So you've been presented with a project. What is your business analyst plan? What exactly are you supposed to do? The first thing to do is to investigate the situation. This is the part where the business analyst is looking to understand the business context. And how do we do this? We do this by applying the requirements technique, which is document analysis. So within this stage, we are trying to uncover issues and problems. What are the issues and problems? Why are we starting the project? And what the business analyst will have to do at this stage is to read the terms of reference document or the project initiation document, okay? So that you can set out the context to which your business analysis work will be carried out. Now pay attention to the word investigate, okay? We are applying all the various investigation techniques as business analysts. For instance, we're exploring the website of the organization. If, for instance, it's a digital project or there is some sort of transformation going on or there's some sort of updates made to the website or certain areas that will impact middle or back-end systems. Like I said, we're trying to understand the business by applying the various investigation techniques. What exactly is the organization about? What exactly is the project about? What are we trying to achieve? What is our end goal for the project? What is the VMOS, the vision, the mission, the objectives, the strategies and tactics of the organization, of the project? What are the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities and threats? Just want to understand the project, and in order to do this, we're applying various investigation techniques, and one of these, like I mentioned, is the document analysis. Other investigation techniques include workshop, one-to-one interviews, so that you can draw out exactly what issues and problems being faced for the reason for the project to start. So it generally will depend on the reason why you have been allocated to the project. So you need to select exactly which of these investigation techniques are appropriate for your work. Now the second step is to consider the perspectives, the various perspectives of the stakeholders. And in order for you to consider the perspectives of these stakeholders, you first need to be able to analyze and manage your stakeholders. And the various techniques that we can apply here as business analysts is the power interest grid. How much power and how much influence and interest do certain stakeholders have on the project? You can also employ the RACI matrix as one of the techniques as well to identify and manage your stakeholders. Pay attention to the word perspectives. There are different stakeholders with different experiences, different impacts and different inputs on the project. So there will be different perspectives and these will affect your requirement. So again, you need to apply those techniques for managing and understanding your stakeholders to be able to apply this step properly and effectively as a business analyst. The third step is to analyze the needs. So you've understood your stakeholders, you've possibly done one-to-ones, workshops, interviews. You want to analyze the needs for the project. Pay attention to needs as well as pay attention to analyze. But in order for you to do this, you need to understand the current process. So within this step, you are identifying and mapping out the current process. What exactly is our as-is? What do we do currently? What are the problems faced in the as-is? Consider your puppet model. Take a holistic approach to understand the impact on the people, the organization, the processes, the information, and the technology. One approach as well to take into consideration is the gap analysis, which is where the current as-is process will be compared with your desired to be process. So these are the 3 approaches to employ in this stage. The fourth step is to evaluate options. pay attention to options. What options do we have to solve these problems that we've identified in the Analyse Needs step? What options are available to us to solve those issues, to solve those pain points that have been identified in your as-is process mapping? So within this, you're trying to identify where improvements can be made, and which one of these options will result in the greatest value or the greatest potential benefits for the organization. So what exactly is the procedure? You want to identify the range of business options. You want to explore the acceptability of the options and reduce them to a short list. So for instance, with the example of improving the website, what happens if we keep the website as is? What happens if we do nothing? What happens if we use an in-house development process or system to fix the website? Or what impact will it have on the organization? Another option could be, what external suppliers could we bring on to just take on the whole project and improve the website for us and improve certain aspects of it? So these are your three options. You want to identify the advantages and disadvantages of each of these options, what impacts it will have on Puppet, what impact it will have on the whole organization, what the return of investment would be, what value will we add, so that we can try to decide which out of these three options is best for the organization to implement to improve the current process, to improve the problems that we have discovered in the first step. Number 5 is a very interesting one and one of the key factors or one of the key aspects of business analysis, which is define requirements. Pay attention to requirements. So this stage is mainly focused on gathering and documenting your requirements. So you've elicited your requirements from doing your process maps, your as-is, your pain points, your to-be. You've identified options to meet your to-be. You need to gather these things that you have and start documenting them in a detailed way. And within this, you're continuing to interact with your stakeholders, okay? So your eliciting is still involved within this stage of defining the requirements. Now, this is where the requirements engineering processes come into it. So within this step, there are further processes to follow with regards to requirements engineering. Now, there's a framework for requirements engineering, which includes eliciting your requirements, analyzing your requirements, and validating your requirements. These will all feed into your requirements documentation and requirements management. This is a whole nother topic we can discover in another video. But with this step of defining the requirements, this is where you are detailed and documenting your requirements. And what are the various things that we do, or the various tasks or deliverables that we provide within this stage? Gathering the requirements, like I mentioned, include eliciting, documenting, validating, representing your requirements with business process models, with a catalog of business requirements, with models of IT processing and data models, glossary of terms. So these are the various things involved within this step of the business analysis process. And finally, the last step is delivering changes. So once the business analyst has investigated, analyzed the situation, considered the various stakeholders and their perspectives, developed an option for improvement, and defined the requirements in order to fulfill the needs of the organization, we now need to consider how the business changes will be delivered and implemented, what impact it will have on Puppet. Always think about a holistic approach. Think about the whole Puppet model, which I already have a video about if you'd like to learn about that. And in effect, in delivering the changes, we want to know what the benefits have been realized for the organization. Please bear in mind that this step is not only for the business analyst to be involved in, it's everybody within the team. And generally, the business analyst role here is to support the stakeholders with the change, okay? Providing as much support as you can for the stakeholders. What are we helping with here? With the whole team being involved, what are we doing here? We are deciding what life cycle and what approach are we taking in order to deliver the change, in order for this change to be adopted and accepted by the stakeholders. We are contributing to the designing and development of the business change solution, we are contributing to designing that. We are also supporting and planning the implementation. For instance, creating the training materials, creating all the learning materials needed by the stakeholders in order to be able to know how to use the new system. Delivering training to the business staff, because we'll have all the knowledge about the system and the steps, because we've written the user stories, we've written the requirements, so we will become the trusted people to go to. We can also help with reviewing and predicting the benefits that will be realized from this project, and also identify any actions required to realize the benefits. So further to implementation or go live, we also will be very valuable to understanding the benefits realized for the organization. So that's it for today's video, the various steps to follow on how to do business analysis. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's content. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? You're missing so much. Subscribe so you can get updated about videos when I upload them. As always, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.